That thing's on. Producer Lisa, we're recording on the board.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo is his trademark, and my trademark is welcome back to the Fully Lacking podcast, episode 49. That's right, baby, 49. We're a couple ADHD dudes and their producer try to get through life. I am Drew, your host. This is your other host, Anthony, and behind the camera, behind the boards, the third leg to the tripod, we be nothing without her, producer Lisa. We are your Fully Lacking team. And this time, we're just going to get right into it. Because, guys, you'll let me down. 47 of you and 48 of you did not go follow us on social media last episode. I'm saddened. But if you want to, 49 of you can go right now and we'll wait.
We're not going to wait.
And we're not going to wait is right. Because I'm tired of being wronged. Write me. Somebody write me. Or write me like a letter, like with a post stamp. Or is it just a stamp?
Let's get right into it.
Producer Lisa has a banger of a question of the day. I'm excited. So producer Lisa, sing it loud, sing it proud. What you got?
If you went to bed tonight and you fell asleep and you woke up and it was the year 1998 and your whole life was a dream, what would you do different?
That's a banger. If you guys want our few listeners that actually comment, put your answer in the comments with the section where the comments go. I don't know if you need some time for this. I know the first thing I would do. I would hug my dad and my sister. That would be the first thing because I'm assuming that we remembered everything.
Yeah, from your dream.
It was a vivid dream.
Yes.
So we remember everything.
Mm-hmm.
That would be game changing. As an 8-year-old, I hadn't even started my real trauma journey yet.
So before you get too deep into there,
okay,
I should have shared this with you prior.
Sure.
But statistically, our numbers show after our Trauma Dumb Blast episode is where our viewership dived.
Okay.
So maybe we don't get too heavy into the trauma stuff today.
Okay.
With that being said, it is realistic that the first thing I would do as well would be hug my dad, hug people who have passed.
Yeah.
11. I'd be 11.
I'd be 8.
You'd be 4. Oh.
Thanks, brother. You be 4. Red, red wine.
Is that
That's
a band?
UB40. Yeah.
Who's UB40?
The people who sing Red, Red Wine.
They
Insert
related
picture
to
here.
E40?
Beep, 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 beep. Huh?
Red Wine. What is that an R&B group?
No, it's like a...
It's a Christian pop group?
Red, what? I don't know why I sang it again. It doesn't matter. Focus, people. Focus.
It does matter. Were they out in 98?
Yeah. You don't know who UB40 is?
No idea.
You know who UB40 is, right?
I know the song. I don't know the band.
I don't know the band either. I know the song, but I know the band that sang that song, and it's UB40.
So 98. You said 8?
I'd be 8.
Lisa, would you also be 8?
I'd be
No,
7.
I'd be 7.
You'd be 7.
Because she was born in 91.
Yeah, what grade would that be?
5th for me?
Second.
No, wait, what?
Oh. No, I was advanced.
No, you weren't.
I would be in 3rd grade. Going
Yeah.
into 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 98. Yeah.
No, you'd be going into 4th. I'd be going into 3rd.
Yeah.
Because
He's going in. Yeah, our son's going into 3rd. He's about to be 8.
My son's 9 going into 4th.
It doesn't. Yeah. I don't know, dude. Can we just get past the
Well, it's
logistics
important
of
for
this?
Context.
Are you a genius?
We're going back into that.
Are you Bruce Willis or what?
We're
John
going
Travolta
back
in
to that time
movie?
period, and I'm trying to get an idea of what was happening in that time period. If it's a time traveling, shouldn't we know where we're going back to?
I would probably be going in the 4th grade. Because your son is almost...
You'd be shoved into 4th grade because of No Child Left Behind, right?
Shout out to you, George W. Bush.
Was he the one who enacted
Probably
that?
not. It was
No.
probably Bill Richardson. I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about.
Bill Richardson was the governor.
Isn't that a New Mexico law? Not a country? That's not a national law.
Fully lacking all the way. My point is Drew might be deficient academically, not because he's not an intelligent
what
guy,
the heck?
not because he's not intelligent, but because it's an innovative school system. It's on you. Falls in your court.
My auntie was a teacher's assistant. and she
Except
was
for your
amazing.
that teacher's assistant who is his auntie.
Hi, Aunt Barbara. Wave to her. Hurry up.
Hi.
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 Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So 3rd, 4th grade ish.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that year like for you?
It was okay. I don't remember.
This would be a fun thought experiment with someone who doesn't remember the year we're going back to. Wonderful.
Well, you said I can't talk about trauma. I remember the trauma. You said I can't talk about it.
Do you remember who your 3rd or 4th grade teacher was?
Miss Centenny.
Miss what?
Centenny.
That's like almost centennial.
I met my friend Alex Salazar. What's up, Al? In the 3rd grade.
Okay.
And I would not change this for a second. He is tall, and he was in the back of the class. And no, he was in the front of the class. I was in the back of the class, and he had a red polo on, buttoned to the top button. And I was like, "You gotta let that thing down one." That was the first thing I said to him, and he was like, "I'm Alex." I was like, "Still unbutton that button," and then we became friends.
Nice.
But I would hug my friends, and then I would focus on school. I would change so much. I would not make the same decisions for sure. A lot of the same, because I didn't always make bad decisions until I got into my teen years. But I would focus on school. I would focus on sports. I would stay in the round shape but healthy. I would keep playing football, all that stuff. That would be me. I would have completely 180'd it. Yeah.
I'm curious who was popular music-wise in 98.
Country was a big deal then. Tupac and Biggie were still really big.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had low-key just died.
Low-key just died.
High-key. But in 98, it was probably low-key at that point. You know what I mean? 2 years passed.
Pac died in 96?
I think, no, Pac died in 94. Wrongfacts.com. Did Pac die in 94 or 96, babe? And then I think Biggie might have died in 94.
I don't know, but I'm looking at popular songs and I don't know any of them.
Name them.
Crush by Jennifer Page.
No.
Next.
The Boy Is Mine by Monica.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that one.
Really?
The boy
Wow.
is... Yeah, that's
was a
probably
banger.
not the harmony, but yeah.
And Brandy was also popular during that time.
Brandy was.
Well, that's Brandy and Monica, wasn't it?
Probably.
That song?
Yeah. Diddy was still...
And never mind.
What about you?
I was probably in 5th grade.
Tupac died in 96. So Biggie died
97?
97. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was in 5th grade. That was Miss Jacobs' class.
Okay.
But I'm gonna get vulnerable here, right quick.
97. March?
In the sense of 5th grade, Miss Jacobs, I think, was like pregnant or she had a baby or something. She was gone long term for most of the school year. And we had this substitute teacher. Yeah, that's what they're called, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we call them substitute teachers, just
I think
substitute.
they're substitutes.
So I don't know what's going on with us today. But it was a substitute long term. And she gave out awards at the end of the year.
Ooh, let's hear it. What'd you
Yeah,
get?
it's no. So people got different awards for different achievements, I suppose.
Love that. I'm liking where this is going.
I got an award for the Too Good to Be a Boy award.
Yeah, that wouldn't fly today.
Yeah.
What does that
It still
even
doesn't fly
entail?
today.
What does that entail?
And like subconscious.
Yeah, what does that mean? Like you were a girl?
It implies, because I was really good with manners back then. Hard to believe, I know.
That's crazy. No, it's not.
Like
hard to believe.
I was super formal and stuff, and my mom always got like compliments on how like well mannered I was, and I think that it was implying that boys aren't well mannered, and therefore my manners were so good. Maybe I was supposed to be a girl, and that has haunted me for however many years that's been, 20.
Well, you're
plus.
38 now.
26, 7, over 25 years.
If you're 38 now and you would have been,
That would be over 25 years. That is correct, Drew.
wouldn't it have been 30 years?
30 plus 12 would be 42, and I'm not that old, Drew.
Oh, you weren't 8. I was 8. My bad. Okay.
Glad we were able to talk through that math.
How old are you? You were 12?
11 or 12.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what defined my 5th grade year, was that award. That was also the last year I did well academically, to be honest with you. I got A and B honor roll. I remember getting like a Coke and a Snickers bar for getting good grades. And then middle school came, and just like you did, just do it again. It's coordinated. No, the noise, dude. You're supposed to be in charge of the noise.
Okay, here we go.
There we go. Yeah, because after 6th grade, it was rough. I'm a smart dude, but
Yeah,
I couldn't keep up with middle school. I couldn't keep up with high school. I think people might assume I was like academically, well, not anymore. People might have assumed I'm academically like gifted.
Yeah.
But I wasn't in school. I think ADHD really slapped me across the face a few times throughout that period.
I think the only thing I struggled with was geometry. And obviously going to class and paying attention. I don't know how I got through algebra. I have no idea. And I don't know how I passed geometry. I think the guy just gave me a D. Honestly.
I know how I passed it.
What?
I cheated.
Oh.
I copied people's assignments.
Oh, yeah. No,
We had cheating circles going on.
I never cheated.
The smart kids would, the smart math kids would complete them, and we'd sit around and copy, and that's how I got through math in high school.
Okay. I mean, we would do a couple things different. Focus on different things, I bet.
I'd have less manners in 5th grade. I'm not trying to get that award again.
Walk around pushing people.
Yeah, you know, start fights.
Guess who's not a girl today?
Yeah, I know.
Me!
Randomly,
You know, what the-
has no idea what's going on.
You were a kid different from the last day to the current day, and they're like,
Yeah.
you've changed. Is there problems at home? Nope, I'm just awake now.
Full boy right here.
Boys will be boys was the stupidest, most horrible saying that they could have ever created. That was just...
Justifying.
Yeah, why can't... Like, there's a friend of mine gifted her daughter a shirt that said, boys will be boys, but it had the boys crossed out on the bottom, and it said decent humans. Like good humans. And
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, it was such a cop-out for boys to misbehave.
But for a girl to have that shirt?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like understanding that, like, no, people
Gotcha.
don't get a pass here because they're a boy. It doesn't matter to me. It's a cool shirt.
And speaking of shirts, I think No Fear shirts.
No fear.
Remember those?
Yeah, I do.
I had a lot of fear. I never wore those shirts.
I remember the Dare shirts. What did Dare stand for? Drugs are really...
Experimental.
No, it's not. There's no way.
Drug abuse resistance education.
I got a story about that too.
Okay.
Before I get there though, because
Yeah.
this be story time, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's pretty commonplace where you just draw people in the books. It had the people's faces, and you draw them smoking or doing drugs in the
Yeah.
book. Is that your experience as well?
Kinda.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. So we draw on the books, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But at I think it was a Dare convention. So I think you had to write your best letter, and the letter would go to like the president or something.
Yeah.
You have something like that?
Kinda. They
But
would visit the school.
yeah, and they had a big ceremony for it. And I believe it was at the ceremony that my 4th grade teacher, I was just sharing these stories the other day, so they're pretty fresh in my head, told the whole school, it was only 4th and 5th grades, but it's still a bunch to me, that she wished she could adopt me. That was embarrassing for me
Oh.
as a 4th grader. I know you probably would have felt loved and secure in that situation, but I kind of liked my family,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so hearing that was embarrassing. 4th and 5th grade were rough, embarrassing years for me. It's been a while since I've shared my...
I think you
School
might have
stories.
been a little more ahead in school if you were 12. Because how old were you when your dad passed?
Well, I was 11.
When your dad passed?
Well, when my dad passed, I was
In middle school.
13 going on 14, I think.
Oh, okay. I thought he passed when you were 12. My bad on that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember like little things like that from school, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's bad that I don't remember much. Is that bad?
You've blacked out some,
Yeah.
you know, blocked out.
I wasn't even drinking back then. You know?
No.
Not yet. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Couple of years, give it a couple of years.
Give it a couple years.
Age
I was,
10.
I was on there, baby. I don't know what that sound was. I just
That
wanted to
was-
make it.
That was really weird.
Before this episode gets off the tracks too much, I kind of want to talk about something else. This weekend, it's a big weekend.
What's going on?
It's Father's Day weekend.
by the time this episode comes out, it'll probably be around Christmas.
No, we're on schedule again. Come on now. Yeah, it's Father's Day weekend. What do you like? What are your plans? Do you have any?
No, there's some miscoordination around scheduling stuff. But yesterday, I've already kind of celebrated it. I guess I should lead with that, right? Yesterday, I took ginger ale to El Paso.
Okay.
And we went to the Children's Museum, which we found a new spot in there that we hadn't been to. So that was pretty cool.
Okay.
He loves doing that. The last time we had went, I had not planned it well, and we had got there when it closed, and he was really upset with me. And I don't blame him. That was a pretty poor timing. So now got there on time, went, enjoyed that. And then we went to Urban Air.
Urban Air, that's the entertainment spot you were telling me about.
That was the entertainment spot.
Yeah.
It's like has a trampolines, had a little arcade we didn't go to, bumper cars, laser tag, which we love.
Cool.
The bumper cars, I don't know if you've seen this anywhere, but they have like inside they kind of rotate and spin you.
Ooh.
They're like fancy bumper cars, and I got scared. I was brave in getting on them, but at one point I was upside down and it was fucking spinning me. And like you have a little like give up button, and I hit it the first time, and I was probably cursing more than I should have been around other people's children. But like it was a little
fuck,
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
He's all pressing. Okay, but I give up.
It's a placebo button. Yeah. It's like sorry, you're stuck.
Oh man.
So that was a fun moment.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we went to have some Italian. Usually I'd get lasagna, but I'm making lasagna this evening.
Currently.
Yep. And
using shredded cheese.
Because
his new girlfriend would also tease him, I guess.
It's going to be a game changer.
I'm hoping it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to give her the impression, you're watching this now, I'm going to give her the impression that it is still sliced cheese. And we'll see what the consensus is.
I'm excited for that.
But
your lasagna wasn't bad.
No. I had some chicken parmigiana.
Parmigiana? Okay.
And
what did old GA have?
Ginger ale had some ravioli. Have you been to Italian Kitchen?
No. Where was the spot we went to in El Paso that we just randomly found?
I think it was called Luigi's, honestly.
It was. She's probably right. It was good.
Yeah?
It was downtown El Paso. It was really good.
Go ahead.
It was right next to the Children's Museum.
It was. Like we went and scooted around trying to find something to eat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Italian Kitchen's really good. I love that place.
My son, Dr. Thunder, really liked Luigi's.
Yeah?
Yeah. DT.
Yeah, nice.
Father's Day for me, I think, is going to be chill. I don't know. My son is like, he's like, hey, can I buy you a gift? I'm like, I guess. I kind of forgot it was Father's Day. I'm not going to lie. And so, but he's like, but it won't be here in time. And I'm like, okay, cool. Thanks. I appreciate it. So probably just relax, hit the church up. Just relax. It's a busy week next week. And so, I don't know. Father's Day is like, it's more like a Memorial Day, like a Memorial Day, Memorial Day for me. Like I kind of like just remember like pops. You know what I mean? That's what I try to do. I try to have like good like memories of like him and like things that we would do.
What are some memories?
Yeah.
Young Thunder is going to have looking back, or you just looking back thinking like these are just our favorite fatherhood memories.
We have a dad and Sunday where not on a Sunday but Sunday that we'll go do whatever he wants. So it always ends at GameStop. Like he loves GameStop, and so we'll go get some food. Sometimes we'll watch a movie. Like we literally whatever he wants, and then we'll go to GameStop. He'll pick something up new. Then he'll be locked in for like the next 4 hours.
Is that a tradition you think you kind of hold a special place in your heart for at this point?
It's fun. It's kind of like producer Lisa's. They have like Chick-fil-A dates, and they go eat. And I remember one day she texted me, and it was like, I don't know. It was kind of I don't even know what the word was. But she goes, he ordered an adult meal. And I was like, oh man. He's DT, bro. He's not a big boy, but he's a bigger boy,
Yeah.
And that kid just like he loves Chick-fil-A. He loves his mom and son dates. He loves his dad and Sundays. So I don't know. I think those things are going to be memorable. And
What are your
Yeah.
and what are some of your favorite
with my son or
memories?
with my
Yeah,
dad?
where you're looking back with him, and it's like I really thought this was a special memory.
Honestly, I think there's a lot of times that me and him have worked through stuff where he's having a hard time or, you know what I mean, like he's struggling with something and I'm able to like kind of give him some guidance. But I think for me, like the biggest thing that I think we'll remember forever is when I coached his soccer team. He really liked it. You know what I mean? Down to, you asked him, when he got on the soccer field, you can ask him how you feel throughout the day. And he was just, oh, I don't know, I'm just chilling. But the second he stepped on the soccer field, if you asked him how you feel, me and him trained it. And he would say, like a champ. Always. Anytime he was on the soccer field. It's funny because it trickled down to the rest of the kids. So it was then a chant the kids would do. But how you feel? Like a champ. Like I learned it when I started coaching back in Albuquerque football, and I just kind of implemented it with the kids here. And I think that'll always be cool. That and like when we go golfing. Those are some of the things that me and my son will always remember, I think. For sure. What about Ginger Ale?
Yeah, my dad coached a lot of, not like a lot, but a good amount of sports for me.
Yeah.
I can't see Little Ale getting into many sports to give me the opportunity to coach, unless it's like chess club or something in that nature. But I think that, we had a trip to Houston, and that was a special trip for him.
Yeah.
Because it had the space museum.
He loved it.
And he's been all about NASA since he was a little kid. And whenever I ask him, like, hey, what are your favorite memories? Like, he'll always go back to the Houston trip.
That's cool.
But it was just a special time for both of us, and being able to, one, kind of travel together. I feel like that was our first kind of out-of-state travel for the both of us. So, I mean, that requires a bit of trust, and
yeah, for sure.
getting around and figuring things out. I think the first time or the only time he's been willing to try carne asada fries with me. That's my favorite food.
That's Lisa's favorite.
Yeah?
Yeah, producer Lisa loves
Have
it.
you had the ones from La Cocina Mexicana on Solano?
No.
Delicious.
Yeah.
I dream about them.
They're really good.
Fidencio's is my go-to.
I don't think you've ever had them from there.
You need to
No.
have them at Fidencio's. That's my favorite. Or Nope on Wheels. That was probably my second favorite.
Nopolitos,
Pretty
yeah.
common food truck. I'll have to try them there.
Yeah. Did
but
you
yeah.
like them?
I don't know how much he liked it, but he seemed to a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was a nice little moment. We were at the Cherry Festival, which is actually coming up again.
Cool.
But I think those are some special memories for sure.
Do you have any with your dad?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more just kind of like joking memories, or you know what I mean. I've shared the spray paint can story.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my favorites. I remember, or field trips with him, some of my favorites.
Yeah.
I think that those kind of stand out. But yeah, I mean, fatherhood's pretty neat experience.
Yeah, I think some of my prime memories are when my dad would teach me to do stuff. Like, I'll never forget when he let me use the staple gun to put up Christmas lights. That was cool for me.
Yeah.
Like, I would always have to just kind of like string him the lights and then one year he's like, why don't you get on the ladder and do it? Dude, hype. Or like he would teach me like yard work. Obviously it was for him, right? But
Yeah.
he taught me it so I could do it so he wouldn't have to. Or car stuff. Like when I was younger, my dad was really, I don't know. Like it was like, he was pretty hands-on. I was young nonetheless. I wasn't really able to comprehend the importance of those moments, but now I'm just like, man, those were really good times. Like my dad taught me a lot in the time that we had together. He was dope, bro. My dad was like, I have a picture on my desk now and I'll put it right here. And it's like the most, it's the most like, it just captures the essence of him. He's like, I mean, you guys just saw, but for our listeners, he's like in some jean shorts and like a muscle shirt with like a mullet and like a cigarette on in his mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm right next to him in some jean shorts and a shirt, and we're playing horseshoes. and it was just like, you know what I mean? Like that guy, our memories were pretty cool from the ones that, and then when I got into my teens, it's a little different, but when I was young, it was cool. It was really cool. Our trip, the thing I always remember is when we went to Phoenix and we went to the Winter Nationals for like drag racing.
Yeah, you think you told that story.
That was a cool, memorable trip too. But yeah, I mean, Father's Day is fun. It's like kind of willy-nilly, you know what I mean? But speaking of Willie, I want to talk about something. And you told me to cut it off earlier, but we got to talk about it, right? I call him the father of the 90s, right? So it kind of falls into this.
You know, that willy-nilly transition has to be the worst one you've ever done in this podcast history.
We're talking about Big Willie, Will Smith. He put out a new song, and I don't know if it was today, but it was recently.
Song that word's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah, and I want to say that he's another legend, because I consider Will Smith a legend.
He would have been hot in '98.
He was.
It would have been around the time of Men in Black and Wild Wild West.
Yep.
You could have got the Wild Wild West glasses from Burger King with your meal.
Yep. Damn.
Man, that would have been Just Cruising would have came out. Man, that would have been a hot time for Will Smith.
Will Smith
He would have just dropped Big Willie style.
I'm telling you, he was like the king of the 90s when it came to his type of music. And,
well, not everything. With movies,
TV.
Music, and TV. That man ruled
he did.
that era. And now look at him.
I don't know if there's a lot of people around him by design. Like, I think that Will Smith is just he's low-key, right? And so I think he truly creates music because he wants to. And that's something that it's kind of hard to take from an artist. I would say, I don't need it. Like, I didn't need this one or the last one or the album he put out. Yeah. I didn't need it, but I enjoyed Will Smith. It's weird to hear him cuss. That's like the biggest
Will Smith
shock.
don't got to rap to sell records.
Well, I do.
So fuck him and
fuck you too.
Yeah.
Eminem said that, if you guys don't know.
Yeah. He would have been not out quite yet. He might have been, they might have had a single out. It might have been My Name Is on the radio.
I don't know. I don't know because I think he dropped his EP in like 01.
Slim Shady LP came out in 99.
Did it?
We've had this conversation.
Okay. Well, nonetheless, yeah, I think that talking about Will Smith, I just don't know, man. Like, we were talking about Lil Wayne on the last episode. This is another one that I hope people start comprehending that he's making music because he just wants to. And not because he's trying to stay relevant.
Keep that shit off Spotify. Don't do music videos for it. Keep that in your personal vault. Look, I'm a huge Will Smith fan. Huge. I had I'm the rapper, he's the DJ.
Yeah.
I had Big Willie style. I had I had most of his movies. That was my favorite actor growing up. I wanted to collect even Enemy of the State, which I was too young to appreciate. Yeah. Like R.I.P. to Gene.
Independence Day.
Independence Day, Men in Black, Wild Wild West, like Hitch. Like I grew up on it, but I'm not trying to hear a 55-year-old man talk about girls. Let's be like 100% real here. That's a creepy track. Like talk about your toxic marriage. I would listen to a whole album of that. Imagine Will doing some toxic like rap on his marriage.
That'd be wild work.
That would be great. Get some toxic like singers on it. Some Morgan Wallen or some Brent Fayez. I forgot how to say his name.
Bryan.
Yeah. Get those guys.
You imagine Will Smith and Zach Bryan on a song about a relationship?
It'd be great.
Call it Red Table.
Yeah. I just can't. I can't though. I took not even 15 seconds, 10 seconds of that track, and I was done. So,
yeah.
And the video, I had to see the video with it because I saw it on Instagram. Yeah. And just,
you know, this is what I would wish is. And it's hard because artists are artists, and he's an artist through and through. He is truly an artist. I just wish that people would get to a point in their career where they allow people to pay homage and they stay in that place.
Yeah.
Like Joyner Lucas was the first one to really do it.
Yeah.
And man, was that an awesome, Flowers.
When you're getting tribute tracks, your time is up.
And it's not like I don't enjoy it, but it's hard. Like the messages and all that stuff are kind of hard to hear. You know what I mean?
I was watching Jamie Foxx on this like celebrity roundtable thing.
Yeah.
And it had him and a bunch of other comedians.
That's a good podcast.
It's a
or
cool
a good
thing.
show.
Yeah.
It's really
It's
cool.
the first time I had seen it.
Yeah.
He was talking about how like wasn't doing comedy because he's rich and has nothing really of substance to rap about.
Yeah.
And he didn't do another comedy special until after his stroke. And it's like same thing with like, I mean, Will has stuff to rap about.
For sure.
That marriage is just
But
a
he's
gold
not
mine of
he's not
fucking
rapping about it. Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he can go out on that record, then that would be amazing. But we get this bullshit.
Yeah. How many mics are you giving it? 1 out of 10.
I'm not even giving it the chord, bruh.
Oh, I'd give him 2 mics.
2 mics?
2 mics. I'd give him 2 mics.
You're way too generous.
I'm biased.
I'd hate
too.
to. I'd hate to know what I am too. I love Will Smith, but what would get 1 mic?
Probably us today unloading the truck, Assad. We were
Spent.
Me and Anthony. This is kind of going off a tangent, but me and Anthony, he has an incredible backyard, but he removed the sod from it because he's going to replant it. Or no, he's going to lay turf, I think.
Yeah.
'Cause he has a great space back there. I didn't even talk about it. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to tell you today. Your cement is great.
Yeah, I know.
that slab is awesome. Man, we're in that part of our lives. We're like, oh, what a great cement slab.
Yeah.
But we did a couple loads at the dump today. It was not a handsome day at the dump. It was $40.
Yeah.
Thank you, producer Lisa. I used your card. He'll reimburse us.
Why was it $40?
Well,
It's
the first-
usually like $7.
Yeah, the first ride was 17 and the next one was 21.
Why? Because it was heavy?
I guess. I really don't know.
I think we loaded up a little heavier on sod to kind of get it done with.
Yeah. He'll reimburse
That's
us.
crazy.
Producer Lisa, we were in the truck leaving, and I was like, man, I can't believe you spent $40 on that.
You were laying it on thick to try
And
to get
then
the
he
handsome
goes-
discount.
He's like, I was, huh? And he goes, well, technically you spent $40 on that. And I was like, technically Lisa spent $40 on that.
Was it the same girl?
No, it's a different one.
That's why.
Yeah.
You're trying to.
I was trying to get it, and she just kept charging me more.
We got more on the way the second trip.
But I think we get 1 mic from that. It was cool though. It was funny because I had just had my truck detailed the day before this. So yesterday, clean, and it is trashed right now.
But in all fairness, Drew, I had been giving Drew reminders for about a week on this.
Yes, he had.
So then he
Probably
was
more
aware.
than that. Probably more than that.
Yeah, it's been a while.
He didn't tell me, by the way.
Yeah,
I
man.
learned last night.
I need to keep in mind the group chat to coordinate.
And my
Because
truck.
one of 2 things is going to happen.
Okay.
One is you're going to end up doing it, but Lisa's not going to be aware, or it's going to cause friction with that side.
I didn't care.
She was asleep.
I stayed
She
asleep.
was still in bed when I got
Or,
home.
or it's going to be double booked, and it doesn't happen.
The double booking is more likely.
That's more preventative if I were to
Yeah.
include her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean that's.
I'm not the best at my calendar.
I mean, we were almost out of town, so.
He texted me last night at like 9. He's like, Roswell or no?
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'm here for the weekend. And then I don't want to insert the screenshot. Maybe I will. But he's like, all right, well, what about tomorrow at...
Oh yeah.
And then he sent it before he put the time. But Anthony being Anthony was just like, screw it. And then he's like, does that work for you? And I was like, does what work for... Wait, what? And he texted me. It was just like... And I even called you. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, bro... Does it work for you or not? Like you doubled down on it.
Does work for you or not?
Yeah, and I was like, "What do you mean?" You're like, "Bro, if you don't want to do
If
it, just
doesn't
say
work
it."
for you,
Yeah,
just let me know.
it did work. I was up at 6:30. I got to 6:39. Producer Lisa woke me up. I overslept, and I got to your house and we did it. We got it. We were done in like 3 hours, which was nice. A lot of hard work, a lot of sweat, a lot of dirt, but it was cool. It was nice. It's all good and nice. I guess I did our friendship a favor. We did our friendship a favor, but I need you to do me a favor. This is something that's important, Anthony. It's important. It's necessary at this point in our relationship. I need you to tell our listeners and viewers where they can find us, dude. Say it with some umph.
You can find me at 3387.
No, it's not. That's not. No, that's not what we need. With some umph.
Okay. You can find me
Nope.
at 3387.
Oh, dude, stop giving your address. You're a married spud. You're a married spud.
No.
Do it right.
You can find Drew at 1242.
What? Let me hear it. Where can they find us?
You can find us at Fully Lacking, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Yep.
Like, share, comment, follow, subscribe, click, jump in.
Don't forget YouTube. Ring the bell.
YouTube,
Subscribe.
ring the bell,
Yep.
comment, like, share, subscribe, follow.
Hold on. Okay, it's enough umped. I put a TH at the end of that. You did really good. You did really good.
I did?
Yeah. Fully lacking, baby. Peace.